Hello, and welcome to this video. I'm so happy to join you all today with a much requested topic, that is, how can I make a difference to people? And today's video, I'm going to be sharing 6 powerful styles with which you can make a difference to people. I know that for most people, it's a big aspiration to make a difference to others. When a person meets their own needs, and sometimes even when their own needs are not met, we have this innate need to go ahead and start making a difference to other people, because it gives us a lot of purpose. It gives value and meaning to people's life, to be able to go beyond themselves, beyond their own problems, and help other people. So that's exactly what I'm going to be sharing, because most people have the intention of making a difference, but they really don't know what are the different ways to do it. There are several terminologies and several ways to do that. There is training, there is coaching, there's facilitation, there's mentoring, there is counseling, there is speaking. So many different ways and strategies that you can use to influence others and influence a deep rooted transformation in them. But what are all these styles? So stick on till the end of this video, because not only am I going to tell you what each one of these styles are, but I'm also going to tell you how you can actually go ahead and imbibe these styles, and how you can choose one or two or multiple ones of these styles, so that you're getting the results that you want in your practice. This video is specifically for people who are trainers, coaches, counselors, HR professionals, L&D managers, OD professionals. Anybody who is in the people development area needs to watch this video, because out of my experience, it took me many years myself to even understand what each one of these styles are. But now I have a very clear picture of what these are, and I would love to tell you all this. So wait till the end of the video, so that you get to understand each one of this and pick the styles that are good for you. Thank you very much, everybody. I can see a lot of people have already joined in, so please comment in the comment section here. I am excited. If you're excited to know what are the different styles, and you're excited to know how you can learn them, come on, everybody, type in I am excited. I am Shenoy Manek, and I'm a transformation coach and a master trainer of neuro-linguistic programming. And why am I describing these different styles? Am I trained in all of them? Yes, I am. I have an experience of about 19 years in the area of training and coaching people. And over the years, I have reached a place where today I mentor people. I mentor trainers and coaches, so that they can grow and they can have very, very strong careers or businesses in the area of training and coaching, right? So getting right into the video. Let's go one by one into each one of these styles. And those who are coming in, thank you for joining. Please keep typing I am excited as you join in. Type in which location you're joining from, your name and your location, so that I know who you are and where you're joining from. So let's understand the first style. Now, this is a style that most people have heard of, right? It's training. What is training? The main factor that actually differentiates each of these styles: training, coaching, counseling, speaking, facilitation, and mentoring. These are 6 predominant styles. We're not going to talk about therapy, because therapy is obviously, you got to be a therapist, you got to be a trained psychiatrist or a psychologist to do therapy. So we're not going to get into therapy. We're going to talk about common styles, and that every one of us can use, we can get trained in, right? The main difference in each of these styles is the way in which, the style in which you communicate with people, and that's what I'm going to be telling you all about. Training as a style is one to many. Usually it is one to many, which means a trainer will work with multiple number of people. And the main thing about training is that you are working on upskilling a person. Skill is usually the major agenda, whether it's upskilling in a behavioral topic or it's upskilling in a functional topic. It doesn't matter. You're trying to get people to become good at something. Now, the main difference that I was talking about between all these styles, apart from how you communicate, is how much you know more than the people you're training, coaching, counseling, facilitating, right? In training, it is expected that you know much more than the people you're training. Is it not? And if a person stands in front of you and they don't know anything about a topic and they're trying to train you, you will say, why is this person training me? Right? So in a training setup, the trainer is expected to be several levels higher in terms of their knowledge, in terms of their competence, in terms of their understanding of the subject, in terms of their skill of that particular subject that they're training on. And hence, they are entitled to train people who are aspiring, growing, or do not know how to do what these people are training on. So in a training style, the trainer knows much more than the trainee. Now you will ask me a very similar style, which people call facilitation, right? What is facilitation then? And what's the difference between training and facilitation? The main difference between training and facilitation is that in facilitation, the facilitator is not always expected to know more than the people, than the audiences that they're facilitating. What does the word facilitation mean? It means to be able to facilitate discussions in a way that you're able to get the best out of the audience. So facilitation actually is a style in which you're using collective experiences of the group in front of you, and you're taking everybody's experiences, putting them together, because one person can never know more than 20 people. Collectively 20 people know much more than one trainer can ever know. Does that make sense? So as a facilitator, you would ask a lot of questions, you would engage, you would use activities in a way that group discussions, syndicate sessions, you would role play, several things you would do to be able to get the best out of the group. You're not the only person giving. In training, you are the one giving. In facilitation, you are giving a little, but mainly you are getting. Now, should I pick training? Should I pick facilitation? Do you want to know? Please type in yes if you want to know which is a better style, or are they the same, and which one you should pick, right? Training or facilitation? Both. Now, out of my experience, I have seen a lot of people go this way or that way. They say, do only facilitation. Don't do any training. Don't tell anything. You just ask questions. Now, you are there for a reason. If you're standing in front of people, it makes sense for you to get them upskilled as well. For example, when I'm training people NLP, it's a topic that people don't know. Not many people are skilled in this brain science of NLP. So if I'm going to only use the facilitation and I only keep asking, won't people tell me that, what are you doing? Why don't you tell us something, right? So you got to use both these styles. If you're a trainer, you got to use facilitation as well. So there are certain parts of your program where you would be telling, you would be getting them upskilled, you would be giving your knowledge, sharing your experiences. Whereas there are probably 80% of your program is going to be more of asking, engaging, getting it out of your audience. So you're getting the best out of people and you're giving your best as well. So training and facilitation are not really pick this or that. The most impactful trainer is a person who can do amazing facilitation as well. I hope that's making sense. Yes, there are several setups where you're just asked to facilitate. For example, if you're having let us say, a team meeting, a strategy session, somewhere you are not expected to give, but you just got to get the best ideas out of people, brainstorming sessions. During places like this, you just do plain facilitation. If you're enjoying this video and you're gaining value, please smash the like button. If you're watching this in my YouTube channel, NLP Magic, I have an amazing, beautiful channel in which I have given my best, known as NLP Magic on YouTube. Do subscribe to NLP Magic. Click the bell icon so you're the first to get notified. I have more than 95 videos on NLP and other brain sciences and how you can grow and break through both personally and professionally. So do go there and take the time and subscribe. Now going to the next. The next style is known as speaking. And we have met so many people, haven't we? So many people who just want to be speakers. I want to be a keynote speaker. I want to speak in TEDx. I want to become a motivational speaker. What's the difference between training, facilitation, speaking? Right? One thing I did not tell you is training. Trainer knows much more. Trainee is no lesser. In facilitation, you take the frame of mind that you both know so that you're allowing and respecting other people to talk. When it comes to speaking, it's usually a one-way activity, which means the speaker obviously has something very unique to share. So you have a unique idea, you have a unique observation, you have a unique structure that you have created, and you want to share it with the world, or you want to share it with people, you want to bring it out to people, or you want to motivate people through stories, etc. So facilitation, speaking usually is a one-way thing. I have seen a few speakers who are good. Again, if you really want to get good, then facilitation is a style that you must pick. Whether you're a trainer or a speaker, facilitation is something you should know. It's a style, right? So I have seen speakers who will make their audiences laugh, ask them questions, engage them. So they're using a bit of facilitation, but speaking is mainly talking. So you can choose that as a style. Today, speakers are highly paid. Yes, of course, you got to have done something that makes people want to listen to you. You got to be an expert in some area. You got to be great in something. You got to have some kind of a proven track record in your area, industry, whatever, for people to actually sit and say, okay, talk and I will listen to you, right? So you can choose training as a profession and mix it with facilitation, or you can choose speaking as a profession, or you can use both. I have seen trainers who also do a bit of speaking. They take training as a profession, but they are also going and doing talks and speaking in schools and colleges and organizations and doing keynote. But I just want you to know the difference. These are all different styles. Let us now go to the next style. The next style is known as counseling. Heard of this, haven't we? Counseling is one on one. Training, facilitation, speaking is usually one to many. Counseling goes into one on one, which means that a person is sitting and usually guiding or directing another person in a specific area. What is different about counseling is that counseling is usually in a certain problem area or a certain area of your life. For example, marriage counseling, or career counseling, or teenage counseling. It's related to one particular area and it solves one problem. So a person who has a lot of experience in a certain area, right? For example, a person who has a lot of experience in their own marriage probably, and then they have worked with couples and they understand the dynamics of relationships, can choose the style of counseling. Now, counseling usually engages in a lot of telling. A counselor will guide, will suggest, will lead. Of course, he or she does ask questions, but it's mainly leading a person to a certain direction that the counselor thinks is right based on their experience. So when it comes to a counseling relationship, the counselor is expected to know about that area, and the counselee, or the person who's getting counseled, is obviously not so experienced in that area. So there is that gap between the counselor and counselee, right? Trainer also needs to know more, speaker also needs to know more, counselor also needs to know more. In facilitation, you take the equal stance, right? That making sense? Please ask me any questions. If you have any questions related to this topic, let me just quickly go through the. Raj Mohan says facilitation is better. Yes, it's a debatable thing. What is better? What is worse? Facilitation definitely is a great style, and it's like facilitation is like lemon juice. You add it in anything, or salt. You add it in anything, it just makes it better because it involves everybody's knowledge, it acknowledge everybody's experiences. And there is a quote, that people don't argue with their own data. So if you're a wise trainer, wise speaker, wise coach, you will use facilitation and get the best out of people, because once they have said it, they're not going to argue. They're going to get convinced easily. They're going to own up. They're going to show results, right? So facilitation, yes, Rajmohan, it is an absolutely beautiful style. Now, what about the next style? The next style is mentoring. I have seen mentoring to be the most confused style, or people are really and thoroughly confused about mentoring. I've even seen people who've just begun their career call themselves mentors. I think mentorship is a very it's a style that needs to be respected, because a mentor, a person who's in the position of a mentor, has probably spent more than 1 or 2 decades in an area and shown proven results in that area and is considered a leader in that area. For example, within an organization, the CEO of the organization, or the marketing head of the organization, or somebody really senior who has seen so much experience in the area, can become a mentor to the new talent within the organization. Does that make sense to you? So in mentoring, the mentor is far more experienced than the mentee. So nobody can become a mentor right in the beginning of their profession. So someone who's just beginning helping people or making a difference or coaching cannot say that I'm a mentor, because that is a position that you acquire automatically, with the virtue of being in that industry or being in that area and showing results in that area. So you can call yourself a mentor if you are sure that you are a leader in that area and you have the best knowledge and you know the best, right? However, what's the style? What does a mentor do? That the mentor is obviously a person who's very experienced, so it doesn't have the time to be spending every day with their mentee. Does that make sense? A CEO of an organization will not have time to sit with the new talent every single day. So while training, coaching, speaking, counseling is more hands-on, you're spending more time with that person, literally being with that person. A mentor would spend, let's say, 20 minutes or half an hour with you once a month, or even lesser than that. So a mentor is just somebody who has so much experience, who can have a small conversation with you, and just through that conversation they can figure out what's happening, they can understand the dynamics of the situation, and they can gently nudge you, poke you, prod you into different into understanding what's happening in your situation, and take you in a direction that's going to help you. So a mentor knows so much more that they're able to help the aspiring professional to grow. And yes, to be able to attract a mentor, you got to be good. In an organization, everybody doesn't get mentored. Mentorship is not an entitlement. A mentor will spend time only with worthy people. They will spend time with people who are talented, who have shown talent. Absolutely, Rajesh. You're speaking about reverse mentoring. It does happen. It does happen that sometimes the youth are so talented. I'm not saying that the ones who are growing older aren't talented. Everybody's talented. But sometimes technology is changing. There's so many concepts, and unless somebody just keeps learning all the time, you can become obsolete. And you look at the youth sometimes, and you say, "Wow, they know so much more." So even people who are very, very experienced can observe, can go ahead and learn from youth. Why not? I think that's a great idea. Why call them styles? Jeb says. I call them styles, Lewis, I think I can call you. I call them styles because you can adapt any one of them. I have seen people get stuck in certain. If you call it a profession. Let's say I am a trainer, then you are stuck. You cannot use so many other styles. Does that make sense? Now, if I am going to, like, I am today predominantly a trainer, a coach, and a mentor, right? I mentor only those who have gone through my workshops, my programs, and very seniors who have started training and coaching. I mentor them, right? Because, like I said, they have proven, they have shown their worth, they're going and taking action. So I mentor them. I also do one-on-one coaching. I also do training and facilitation. So I'm not stuck in any one profession. I am able to use different styles. Whereas I stay clear of counseling. I usually don't do counseling. It depends. It depends on person to person. Personally, the style of counseling doesn't fit me because I don't believe in leading people. I believe in helping them, enabling them to take their own decisions. I hope I have answered your question. Everyone should seek a mentor. Rajesh says, yes, absolutely. Everyone should seek a mentor and become worthy of a mentor. All right. So, final coaching, right? What is coaching? Coaching is a bit like facilitation. However, it happens one on one. Facilitation is usually one to many. Coaching is one to one. What is the difference between between mentoring, counseling, and coaching? We already discussed that a mentor is highly experienced compared to the mentee, right? And doesn't have to spend that much time, or probably does not have the time to spend one-on-one with too many mentees. Counseling is leading. So the counselor needs to again know more than the person he is counseling. Whereas in coaching, it's a very one of those unique styles in which you do not have to know. You can know, and it's good if you know, and usually you know much more and you're more experienced than the person you're coaching. But the frame of mind you take on as a coach is that you take that neutral stance, like you just keep yourself aside and then you just act like a mirror. A coach is just like a sounding board. A coach is a person who has the ability to get that person to see things, acknowledge things, to get that person to find out what they want, to come up with their own solutions. A coach is a person who doesn't fish and give, but actually makes that other person fish for themselves so that they can enable themselves and be independent, right? So coach is a person who, because if you give, then the other person will just take and not get skilled themselves. Now, if I'm going to keep telling you what you should do all the time, why do you need to do your own thinking? So the coach doesn't do your thinking. The coach makes you think. Of course, there's so much that goes into the science of coaching, of being a spectacular coach, because as a coach, you need to be extremely good in calibration and advanced calibration. You need to be very, very good at reading people. You got to be extremely good in probing and asking questions. You got to understand the different distinctions of human behavior. It takes a lot of skill just to be a sounding board and not give solutions. It's a huge science, right? So I have been able to, I think, give you a understanding now of what are these different styles. However, you might ask me the question now that, do you need does one need to get trained to use these styles? Do I need to get trained to be a coach, trained to be a trainer, or trained to be a counselor? Yes, the answer is yes. You don't need training to help your relatives or just generally have a conversation or suggest something or just go ahead and give an advice. You don't need training for that. But if you want to really do justice to the person you're speaking with, because a lot of times I have seen people who don't get trained and then they just go out there. It's good, you must go out there and start helping people. That will give you experience. But in the meantime, you got to get yourself skilled, because whether it's being a amazing trainer, you just watch an amazing trainer, you just watch a great speaker, just watch an excellent coach in action, and you will realize that they are so skilled, and such skill can come out of experience and training, right? So you go ahead, start making a difference to people, but in the meantime, start getting trained. There are several people who would train you on becoming a great coach, on becoming a great trainer. And we do them too. We do workshops, and our advanced level workshops are all about training with NLP, coaching with NLP, becoming powerful trainers and coaches. And I have our website address here, so you can go ahead and have a look at all our workshops and how they work. And feel free to call my team as well, because I know many of you would want to become extremely skilled in this science. So I hope I've been able to give you some clarity on these different styles and how you can imbibe them. Thank you very much for joining me today. I will continue making these videos around coaching and training in different styles and helping you get upskilled, not just in making a difference through NLP, but also through coaching and training. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me today. Do subscribe to NLP Magic, which is my YouTube channel, and press the bell icon if you're watching this on NLP Magic. And I'm going to see you all very soon in another video. Bye-bye, everyone.